Hi, this is Katie Shell with Essential Journeying, and since Valentine's Day is coming up, I thought it would be fun to do a little video on aphrodisiacs. And so when we talk about aphrodisiacs, we're talking about self-care, self-love. We're also talking about warming that sacral and that root chakra. So with the ylang is going to be the first one we're talking about, and this is just a representative of all of the blossoms. We can work with any flower. It's just ylang that it's really abundant. It also works on our, because it's a yellow, it's a big yellow flower. Also works on the solar plexus, so it gives us more strength and confidence. And confidence helps us feel really sexy and really connected with our own strength and our own power. The other thing with all of the blossoms is they open up our heart and they open us up to self-care. So any of the blossoms are really going to help work on this. So you can put a few drops on just right on your heart. You can put them on your head. You can work with this and a partner. You can put it in your diffuser, anywhere you want to work with it. But again, I like working with it on the heart. I like working with all the blossoms on the heart because again, this is all about love, self-care, self-enjoyment, right? So the next thing I want to talk about is roots because we really want to connect with our roots because we want to open up and create a healthy root chakra so that we feel connected, so we engage in that part of us that is very physical and very primal. And so working with vetiver is a really nice root to work with. It's very smoky. And so I recommend just putting it right on that belly, putting it on the lower part of the belly, right below the belly button. You can rub that in. And yeah, so vetiver really good for that connection. And then the other thing I like to do with vetiver is layering with cinnamon. Now, cinnamon is very hot and very spicy, so it gets the blood moving, and it perks up that interest in our sexuality, our sensuality. Of course, all of the oils, no matter which ones you work with, are going to have that sensual nature to them. Because you're touching, you're smelling, you're feeling, you're touching. You're feeling that luxury, you're feeling that silkiness, and vetiver is super, super. It's thick and sticky and beautiful, kind of like the oak moss that I've talked about before in other videos, but it's just so luxurious. And so when we work with cinnamon, because it is that hot and spicy, you want to always layer it. So I'm kind of doing this as an example on my hand, but you can actually do this right on your belly. You just want to make sure you put a big layer of that vetiver down first. And then you put one teeny tiny little drop of cinnamon, because cinnamon is super, super, super hot. So you want to be super careful, especially in sensitive areas. Definitely don't want to put this directly, any of these directly in your genitals. But we can put a little bit of that cinnamon right in that center of that big spot of vetiver. And then let that dry for a minute. Just let that absorb. You smell it and you smell that sweetness and that spiciness. You can touch it to your hair. I always use my hair as like my essential oil sponge when I have a little excess on it, because you put it in your hair. You don't have to worry about it getting on your skin or staining your clothes or anything like that. So let that set in for a minute, and then you put some more vetiver on top of it. Or you could actually, I'm going to put some of that ylang on top of it because I like changing things up a bit. But you could put more vetiver or any other cooling oil. You could layer that. Wouldn't that be gorgeous? Oh, that sounds so yummy, so juicy. Doing that vetiver with the cinnamon and then layering a nice flower on top of it. Now that will get you going. So enjoy, and hope to see you again. Thanks for joining me.